the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody out there in WWDB land. My name is Aaron Phillips. You are watching Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, which is a damn good thing, because with my name not being Aaron Phillips, the show would make no sense. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you're watching us right now on Facebook, thank you. If you're watching us on YouTube, of course, thank you. Download the WWDBTV app to your phone if you have an Android. However, if you have an Apple product, WWDBTV And if you missed this show live, my first question to be why? Secondly, if you want to watch it or watch it again, because I have some great guests today, including 2 surprise guests that came in, even surprised them that they were going on the air with us. Come on to my show, anything can happen. So if you want to watch and catch any of their stuff again, all the video locations on Facebook and YouTube and Roku. If you have the Roku box or can access Roku, make sure you download the Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV site, WWDBTV. Download that. Not only will you see Aaron's Hour, but you'll see all the great shows that are here on the network, and that's how you can catch us. So with that, thank you for watching. Make sure you use the chat room here on Facebook. I've got that working. If you are watching us on YouTube, guess what? We can get your comments live as well, and I'll be happy to share them on the air. All right. So thank you for everybody. I got news. First, I'm going to start it off with some of the winners in town, and then I'm going to digress and tell you about my experience on Spirit Airlines this week. Okay? I've shared a little bit of it before we went on the show with my guests. They kind of agree. I'll just leave it at that. I'll get to that in a minute because I'll get riled up and I won't be able to change gears. Right, John? You saw me in the wrestling show. I kind of pitched it a little bit. Right? All right. With that, it's now time for a new segment.
And now, with a nod to the past and a view to the future, Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped.
There you go. Vegas Unwrapped is here. You'll learn why in the future, but let's just say that's a tip of the cap to my good buddy and former radio partner, Mr. Ricky Cash. So thank you for that. And I have to say that was John's idea. And every once in a while, I told him to take the rest of the month off because that's his good idea for the month. So he's good. You're very welcome. Not now, though. Wait till after the show, please. Although Peter, I'm sure, could probably run over there and do the board if he needed to. So anyway, all right. So my guests today, by the way, my featured guests are the Peoples. If you didn't read my post, it is Bobby and Renee Warren Peoples. They are movie producers, husband and wife, local team, lots of movies, lots of stuff to talk about. And we'll talk about that when they come on after the break. And also friends of all of ours who actually helped me be introduced to the Peoples. People you've seen before, not only with me, but otherwise. I got it. Listen. John, you got to keep count of this because it's going to be a pure mistake. How many times I say the word people by accident without not referring to them? So also other good people, Catherine Natali and Peter Papa Giorgio. Holy crud, I got to watch my language. We have a youngster in the studio. Peter Papa Giorgio and Catherine Natali are here as well. We'll have a good time talk with everybody about life in general and what everybody's doing. But in the meantime, winner, chicken dinner, Las Vegas local. I love when locals win. Now, remind you, 40 million people who come to Las Vegas to visit, the city was not built on winners. So I have to tell you that. However, we do love highlighting winners when they win. Las Vegas local, it's $245,000 jackpot, off-strip casino on Valentine's Day. Of course, their name was withheld. The company says the guest was playing a 25-cent denomination machine. Let's see, what is it? And he received the jackpot. And here's the thing. He was wagering max bet at $1.75 and won $254,000. By my math, that's not a bad return on investment. Of course, the overall question is, how much money total, besides the $1.75, did he really bet in his lifetime before hitting that jackpot? But nonetheless, great stuff. Congratulations. And I find it even a little extra when a local wins. I don't know, just something about that. All right. Now, a guest, however, hit for $3 million on a slot jackpot at a strip casino. Did you guys hear about this? And I'm going to ask questions. You guys hear about these winners? No? You guys should take names because you probably need investment people. $3 million? You guys over there too. $3 million. That's some great stuff here in Vegas. I got the Peoples. See, that's another one. Then I didn't mean it. Doggone it. All right. This individual is playing a Wheel of Fortune triple gold spin slot machine at, let's see if it mentions the casino. I don't think it did. It just says Vegas Strip. $3,257,000 progressive jackpot, Wheel of Fortune. I want to say it was a Caesars property, I believe. So congratulations to them. Now, listen, Vegas is familiar with what, right? Usually get a 2-for-1 deal, specials, right? Let's see, when your guests that happen to be in the entertainment industry, ask them about using, SAG, union contracts and talent. Oh, boy, let's see, who is that? Is that James Myers, if I'm seeing his name correctly? That's a great question. We'll get to that, and I will take note of that. Thank you very much for sending that in. My daughter was a member of SAG. She's a member of SAG? She's a member of IATSE. I know that for sure. What's that?
It's IATSE.
Yeah, IATSE's for the sound engineers and stuff. So anyway, 2 for deal. You ready for this? 2 $400,000 jackpots hit at Las Vegas casinos this past week. Both of them, I believe, were Caesars properties. Wednesday, February 15th, a $401,000 jackpot was hit while a guest was playing a video poker at Caesars Palace. Now, that person decided to remain anonymous. There's always hello, Dana Day. How are you out there, Dana? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you very much. Jennifer out in Hawaii, as always, my dear friend, checking in with us. A second jackpot was reported on Thursday, February 16th. Unfortunately, it wasn't my dad. That was his birthday. It would have been nice if he won. Hit a mega jackpot worth $406,000 on Ultimate Texas Hold'em at the Flamingo Hotel. The woman who was visiting from Pennsylvania with her sister says she played the table for 3 hours before landing a royal flush in clubs after playing the game for the third time. She plans on using her winnings to pay off her mortgage and save the rest. So congratulations to all the winners. There's new developments coming up on Vegas. As always, that's one thing you can always count is that the Strip will always change. James says, I know that Mark Wahlberg just wrapped a film here this past week. Besides having a hamburger somewhere in town with the, I don't know. Let's see. And I'll announce this, then I'm going to get to my story about Spirit Airlines. I hate to bring it down, but I may get fired up for that one, John. You better be ready with the, what's that? Break what? What am I breaking? You want me to break?
I want to take a break.
Why? We're going to go to break. The boss says we're going to take a break. Then I'll come back and share my story about Spirit Airlines. You're watching Aaron's Hour. According to John, we'll be right back.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Hey there, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. We did have a little technical issue with my microphone. I apologize, but hopefully it is much clearer now. Thank you, James, and I think that's what brought it up, and I'm getting the thumbs up. At least I think those are thumbs that my partner's holding up, my producer's holding up back there. Thomas Burnett, thank you for popping in there as well. I do see you. All right, let's get to my story, because the story is just, all right, with the show of hands of everybody who's here in the studio, and I think I know the answer, but it's okay. Let's do it anyway. How many people have flown Spirit Airlines or tried to have reservation? 1, 2. All right, we have a unanimous here of Spirit Airlines, okay? Now, during all the travel troubles that's been going on the last year or so, flights canceled, travel, weather, whatever, it always appears to me that it's either Southwest and or Spirit that always get in trouble. So here's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. So I had to fly home to New Jersey last Sunday night. Death in the family. My sister's father-in-law passed away, but I've known the family a long time, so I went back. My wife made the plans Sunday morning, booked me on a United flight to go out. No problem. Love United Airlines, except for their baggage fee that apparently, based on where you sit on the plane, will determine if you have to check your bag or whether you are allowed to actually bring it on and put it in the bulkhead. I flew economy. I had to check my little carry-on bag for $35 to put it on the plane and not put it in the overhead, which was my intention. Nonetheless, I left early. I got there fine Monday morning. Nice red-eye flight. Those of us who travel back east just love those red eyes, don't we? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Sleep and fly. Exactly. Now, Tuesday rolls around. It was a funeral. I had to fly home Tuesday because I had commitments on Wednesday. So my flight to come home out of Newark Airport. Not exactly a small airport, for those of you who don't know Newark. It is one of the bigger international airlines across the or airports around the country. So at around 2 in the afternoon, when I got back to my sister's house after the funeral, I decided, let me start checking my flight, make sure everything is on target. Well, checked, 9:05 p.m. flight out of Newark, still on time. I'm like, okay, so far so good. Approximately 30 minutes later, I get an email from Spirit Airlines that starts off approximately this way. Due to sometimes unforeseen circumstances, flights may be delayed. I didn't even finish reading it, and I looked at the information, and all I simply saw was the fact that my flight at that time was pushed back to about 11 o'clock, 2 hours. All right, I'll deal with that. I would get home about 3 in the morning, get a couple hours sleep before I go to work. Okay. Now, after that, I then get another email, maybe another 25, 30 minutes after that, that says that the 11 o'clock departure time is now pushed back to almost midnight. So how many emails is that so far? 3, right? All right, good. Keep count, please, because I can't talk and count at the same time. All right, so that's 3 emails. All right, now I'm starting to get, well, that's why I do English really good. Anyway, that's why I'm teaching elementary kids. And I love them, by the way. So, all right, that's 3rd email. So I'm like, now my foot under my chair is starting to tip tap because now I'm starting to panic a little bit. What do I do? What do I do? All right, I sit tight. Email number 4 comes in. Due to unforeseen circumstances, my 9:05 flight is expected to leave at 1:54 a.m. Okay? Now at this point, the sweat's breaking out, the temperature gauge going up. So I called Spirit, which by the way is a fun experience all unto itself by the time you get to somebody. And I asked the person on the other line, I said, I keep getting these messages. What do you suggest? She says, well, what you should do is go to the airport based on your original departure time and based on the 9:05 time. Go there now, and then when you get to the board, you'll be able to see what the official expectation for the flight is. And she says, because I'm only seeing the same thing you're seeing in your emails. I said, so let me get this straight. For an approximate 2 a.m. flight, you want me to go to the airport for 9:05, what was a 9:05 airport, approximately 5 hours early, for the board to say delayed. She goes, unfortunately, that's all we can do. I said, look, are they giving you any reasons why the flight is delayed? No. Okay. I said, can you tell me if you really, really think that this flight at 2 a.m. is going to go off the ground? She says, go to the airport now and sit there and wait. So I'm not going to the airport 6 hours ahead of a flight. So in the meantime, while I'm talking to Spirit, my sister, God bless her, she's pulling up United Air or other flights. She found a flight at 8:30 p.m. out of Newark Airport, leaving on United, getting back into Vegas approximately 11 p.m., which ironically was about the same time frame that the Spirit Airlines was to do. Okay. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I paid $300, whatever it was, on Spirit to come back, plus all those wonderful baggage fees and seating fees and everything else that they get you now for. And I said, you know what? One of the reasons I live in Vegas and I don't gamble is because I hate risk. However, do I roll the dice and gamble paying for a flight that my flight will actually go off at 2 a.m. and then I have to cancel the other flight? I said, you know what? I'm booking it. So I booked a flight on United Airlines to leave Newark at about 8:30 p.m., get me in at approximately midnight, and life would be okay. Had to pay for everything all over again. Fine, I'm going. I had 2 hours and 40 minutes or 2 hours, 15 minutes to get to Newark Airport, get through TSA, and breathe easy when I get to the other side of the gate that I'm standing by the gate for the plane to take off. Okay. I leave my sister's house, and thank you to my cousin Greg, who took me to the airport so my sister didn't have to leave her house. 5 minutes after pulling out of my sister's house. Anybody want to guess what the 5th email was? Anybody? Anybody? John?
Cancel.
I pull up the email. There's that big red box at the bottom of the email that says, flight canceled. Now, of course, at that point, I'm breathing a sigh of relief that I booked the flight on United Airlines and not risking that. But now I'm worried, well, will they automatically rebook me the next day when I don't need it, when I'm already going to be back in Vegas? What are they going to do? I don't want a travel voucher because at this point, Spirit, unless I have my own plane and make sure I can get out, I ain't flying you or booking anything on Spirit again. I'm saying it as it is. I'm done. I don't even know if I want to call ghosts spirits anymore. I don't know if I want to even eat bananas anymore because your plane looks like them. I don't even know if I like the color yellow. Well, I like to because I love the sun. Okay. I even like the yellow back here at the Bellagio. Let's see if I do this right. Right there. That's okay. That's gold yellow. So I can deal with that. So I land here in Vegas. I'm hoping my bag comes up quickly, which fortunately, by the way, I was really lucky with my baggage in both. And in Newark, you guys will appreciate. Have you guys ever flown to Newark? Newark Airport?
Well, I'm from Newark.
did not know that. Oh my God, we'll have so much more to talk about. I'm from Linden originally. My wife's from Woodbridge. But anyway, I digress. So you guys know what it's like to get luggage in Newark. Sometimes it's a roll of the dice. You're waiting an hour, right? I get to Newark. When I land there, guess what? My bag was the 5th bag to come up. Yeah, 5th bag. I'm like, let me get out of here before something happens, right? Get back to Vegas. Now, the plane was half full, which surprised me. Coming to Vegas, you usually get full planes, right? So come back to Vegas. By the time I was in Terminal 3. You guys have you flown in and out of Terminal 3, the new terminal where United is?
Not the new one.
Not the new one. So when you come out through the gates to get to baggage claim, they had like, I don't know, 10, 12 carriers. Mine was baggage return number 18. Way at the far end, very last one. I'm like, great. But the good thing is, by the time I got there, the bells and whistles were starting to go off. The luggage was going to come up. Meantime, I'm on the line with Spirit Airlines. Not on the phone, because you can't get through to anybody, the chat. And so I was speaking, I hope, with somebody on the other end. Bottom line is this: I had to send them my confirmation number of my original flight so that they can confirm my flight was indeed canceled. And supposedly in 5 to 7 days, I will supposedly get an email that the money will be returned, fully funded, back to my credit card. Spirit, if that doesn't happen, you see the platform that I have. I have an international platform on WWDBTV. Not that I'm only one voice. I am the voice, however. But folks, think twice about Spirit, because at least in and out of Newark. And as one of my guests said before he went on there, if you're going to take a quick jaunt somewhere, quick flight locally, relatively close, maybe you'll do okay in getting your flights. Hey, Frank, good to see you out there, brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You might want to think twice. Pay a little extra for the more or less the better feeling flight, less fees. By the way, don't book economy, because you won't be able to take any bags on except for your little pocketbook that'll fit underneath. But that only fits about 2 pair of underwear, 1 pair of sock, and a toothbrush. Okay. If you fly economy or economy plus or higher, then you can try to get your stuff in the overhead. So let's keep my finger. I'm going to keep you all looped in this. Hopefully I'll get the credit, as everybody says that I will. But that's my story. And I got home almost at the same time I would have on the original Spirit flight. Thank you, United, for doing your due diligence. I appreciate it. And this is I literally printed up, because I saw that what spurned all of this, you guys may have seen this, an announcement came on. Spirit Airlines adds its 7th city in California. And the 7th city is San Jose. So when I saw this article, I reposted it to my Facebook page with a very interesting caption. Why would they add another city when they can't get to the cities that they already contracted to? Okay. So I did that as a little tickler to remind myself to share the story. Now that I've shared that, I can get rid of that and move on. All right. Let's see. Anything else before we go to another quick break so I can bring my guests up? This and then listen, we're going to be talking like Hollywood style conversations today with my guests. So I want to know what's going on in the world since January with all the passings of entertainers, YouTube sensations, spouses of entertainers. I think Kelly Pickler's husband just was found dead. He committed suicide the other day. I want to know what's going on. The movie icons, Raquel Welch passed away this past week. And then just announced last night, and I loved her in The Nutty Professor with Jerry Lewis, Stelta Stevens passed away this past week as well. And also from the world of sports, St. Louis catcher, Philadelphia Phillies catcher, longtime baseball broadcaster with the Mets. And then I think he did like 15 or so World Series. Mr. Tim McCarver passed away as well yesterday at the age of 81. Okay. I think that's all the news that's fit to report under Vegas Unwrapped, even though it's not all Vegas. That's okay. It's my show, and I'll report what the hell I damn well feel like. Anyway, all right. With that, John, can we take another quick break so I can bring my guests up?
Sure, why not?
Why not? My sponsors will love that we're doing an extra break today.
You know, we lost Spirit Airlines as a sponsor now.
You know what? I don't feel bad about that.
All right.
Unless now wait a minute.
United.
But I'm gaining. That's right. I'm gaining United. That's right. Love you, United. We should all be united for United Airlines. That's right. That's right. Exactly. All right. We come back on the other side of the break. My featured guests, they'll be sitting up here with me. Folks I've known now for a handful of years. Great movie producers, directors. They're doing some great stuff here. Based in Las Vegas, folks. You don't have to be in California or you don't have to be in New York to do some great movies work here. And I've got them right here. Coming up on the other side, the Peoples, as people know them, Bobby and Renee Warren Peoples will join us here on the other side of the break. Oh, and why am I doing that? Peter Papagiorgio It's not like I don't know the guy. And Catherine and Natalie are also here to join the conversation. You're watching Aaron's Hour with yours truly. Don't go anywhere. I hope. I'll be right back. Hey, everybody. I am Aaron Phillips. You are?
I'm Governor Val Brown Klingelhofer.
And we host what kind of show?
We host the most fabulous show on this network you've ever seen. It's all about Kiwanis and what's going on in our different cities.
And Kiwanis Connects is the title, and you can watch us every Friday morning, 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time, right on Facebook or WWDBTV. Say goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Aloha.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas, and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs. You're watching Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for making me part of your Saturdays. Remember, though, if you got to go somewhere, don't drive and watch at the same time. Download the audio podcast to your phones. WWDBTV to your Android. WWTVLV to your Apple products. Now, joining me here at the head table, because I have kids at the kids table behind me in Studio 1A, joining me is a husband and wife team that have been directing, writing, movie producing since 2008. They have over 20 years of experience in the entertainment industry. I don't know why they look like they're about 12 years old. They have written and produced over 100 web series, features, and short films since 2009. It's called the People's Network, and we'll go into all the other stuff and where they're located and the platforms and everything else. I have Bobby and Renee Warren Peoples join me. Hello, folks.
Hello, Aaron.
How you doing?
How are you?
How are
Listen,
you?
this is 2 days in a row. You're on entertainment tour. So you're
Right,
like,
yeah.
another interview. But now you got the cream of the crop.
Hey.
Not everybody's a Hall of Famer like I am. That's right. Anyway, thank you for coming in. Listen, I got to be honest with my audience. We've been talking about, getting together to do this, to get them on my show now for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Things just didn't fall into place until this week, and I greatly appreciate your patience in with me and the schedules to have you guys finally come on and
Thank
talk
you for keep
about
asking.
Well, listen, I keep asking, I keep following up, and I appreciate that. So let's go back to the night that I met you. Our guests in studio, also, as I mentioned earlier, Catherine Natalie and Peter Papa Giorgio. I'm going to have to say it that way, so I know how to say it. We all went out to dinner to my mother's house, plug for Chef Mike.
Yes.
And that's where we had a chance to meet you guys.
Yes.
And I got to be honest, my wife and I fell in love with you guys the minute we said hello.
Oh.
We're very big aura people.
Right.
Yeah.
You get that chemistry.
Mhm.
And we left that night. My wife turned to me in the car and she goes, those are some great people that we spent, right, shut up back there, that we met with. And I think if memory serves, and guys, you can get the camera on them if you would for a second. I believe I sent Catherine and Peter a message, and correct me if I'm wrong. We had a great time, and thank you for introducing us to the.
It was my birthday.
That's
Yes.
right.
That's
Yeah.
right. It was my birthday.
Sure
and we had a
was.
great time. My mother's house is a great restaurant.
Oh, yeah, it was
amazing.
great.
But we had an
Amazing.
awesome time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's in by Del Webb.
That's right. It's right up there off of what is it? Well, it's not Fort Apache, but it's Durango or it's, Rampart. That's what
Rampart,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we got in the car. And we said, you know what? Every once because we've struggled in the 25 years to meet people that we can be friends with. It's a transient town. You guys know that.
Very.
These guys know it over there. And to meet people for the first time and break bread with them was really a great experience. To meet people other people. Hope you're keeping track out there. I'm doing it mentally now. I'm in trouble.
17.
17? Thank you very much. So the sell at 20, will you
As
please?
long as you're not taking shots every time you see it.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. Let me check the water bottle. No, but it's great that we were able to connect and meet some fine
Yeah.
individuals that we can call friends, and I'm very grateful for that.
Absolutely.
Likewise,
Thank you.
likewise.
We got to do it again. So, Peter, when's your next birthday?
Right.
We have another birthday coming up.
My birthday's July 15th.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
So mine's the 5th. That gives us a double banger.
Well, we're all July babies then.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's July 11th.
July 11th over there. I got
July
July 5th.
then,
When are your
yeah.
birthdays?
I'm January 13th.
So happy belated.
Thank
March
you.
11th.
March 11th coming up. Man, we got it all covered.
You know
John,
what's funny
Is that
though?
March
Because
11th?
her birthday is January 13th, which is 113. Mine is 311.
311. Holy cow. Wow. That's freaky.
Talking about auras.
Yeah.
Really. John doesn't have a birthday. He's too old to keep track anymore, so we don't
We
worry.
didn't have a calendar.
They didn't have a calendar.
Aw.
He just scratched in the dirt behind the house. But anyway,
The big stone.
with the you and Chief must have been neighbors, huh?
Wow.
Anyway, So yeah, so it's been. So I'm glad that we finally do. So you got a lot going on. All right. But let's go back. So first of all, how long are you guys married? How long have you been together? Let me ask that question.
Okay.
Okay,
Let
so
her do it because she's gonna mess up. Let her do it.
No. I don't want to put him on the spot.
No,
I want to give
please.
everybody the timetable for when you started everything.
so we've been together
Okay.
for 17 years.
Okay.
Right? 17 years.
She don't sound sure
And
about
so,
that.
and we'll be in our 15th year wedding anniversary
Okay.
is July 26th.
Now, if I forget my anniversary, I'm in trouble.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is role reversal. Usually it's us
It's been
poor
a
guys.
long time. It's been a long time,
Absolutely.
y'all.
So let's see if my math is correct. 17 years is when you met from 2023. That's what, around 2006-ish.
2000, yeah, the end of 2006, beginning of 2007,
right.
we kind of, yeah.
So it wasn't that long after, only a couple of years when you guys started doing your filming and movie producing. Talk about
Well, we
how,
was already doing that together.
Were you?
Yeah, I was already doing that.
So how did that all start? Talk about how you got into the business.
Well, I already had a company called the People's Film Company before
Okay.
I met her. So
Okay.
I was already doing project, and she was doing theater. And matter of fact, that's how we met on a set.
Okay.
A mutual friend hired me to film their play into a movie, and she was working there. And she was also the director of that play and also the lead. So
Okay.
we kind of got to talking.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to fire yourself? I was just curious. You know,
No.
okay. Director, lead, they don't always get along.
They
so-
don't. They don't.
So so we was working on that project, and I was a single father and she was a single mother, and just birds and bees, and it happened.
Wait a minute. Why you have
Brad-
to say birds and the bees?
I was going to I wanted her to respond. I was going to leave it alone. I just passed 34 years. I know when to say I had conversations. Okay, so both of you were already in the business.
Mhm.
Okay, so together, when did the collaboration come together? Finally, say, you know what? With our experiences,
Right.
we should really do something together and do movies together. How did that all come
Well, the
about?
day that we got married, I dissolved my other company and we
Okay.
created a new company, the People's Network.
Literally,
Gotcha.
he
Yeah.
was like, "This is what we're gonna do." Because when I met him, we were still operating under just his company.
Gotcha.
And he was like, "Well, we're gonna create. We're gonna dissolve this, and we're gonna create one with both of us as 50-50 partners." And I was like, "Okay." And so we created the People's Network,
Mhm.
and it's been going ever since. That was in 2008.
Okay. All right. So you've got 100 web series shows, right? 20 years of experience together, features, short films since 2009. Now you're on Tubu, Vudu, Amazon, and how do you pronounce the last one?
Zumo.
Yeah, Tubi. Yeah.
Just throw a couple letters together. You can create a network, ladies and gentlemen.
We
But-
also have a movie on
But some of the movies on Peacock.
Oh, wow,
and
okay.
Fox, so Lifetime,
Okay.
Lifetime Movie Network.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
did a film there, and so yeah,
And we got some more platforms coming this year as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. So how long have you guys? I'm going to turn to Studio 1A here for a second. You guys can look straight in the camera so everybody sees your beautiful faces over there. So you guys have been in the business how long as well together? I know you. I know you guys, but how long have you been in the industry?
Oh, wow, I
Been,
guess.
I guess since I was 21, which
Okay.
is like
Yeah,
100
maybe
years
25.
ago.
I thought it was only 5 years ago.
25 years old
So
for me, I
been
guess.
acting and so forth. And me and Peter met. We were in a show together.
We were in I joined a theater company that she was part of. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So and
So
now
theater brought us together.
and now we're starting to do projects. So
Excellent. So all right. So here we have two power couples really in the industry with tons of experience out of Studio 1A.
Mhm.
You guys, and here's the best part for our city. Everybody thinks movies, you got to be in New York, Chicago, LA area. Folks, Las Vegas is really a movie. We have our own film industry department here in the state, in the city.
Mhm.
And you guys are anchored here in Vegas. So what brought you to Vegas, and why did you decide Vegas to be the home to really ramp up what you guys do?
That's a trick question because
You're not in a
we
wage
wanted to
protection
go to
program,
LA, but we couldn't afford LA. at
Oh,
the time.
okay. Well, case in point.
So Vegas was cheaper
Right.
to come to, but when we got here, we kind of met Catherine. We actually met Catherine and Peter way before we moved here.
Yeah.
And we kind of felt the vibe, and in talking to them, they kind of convinced us to come here because they were doing this stuff here. I'm like, okay, well, Vegas is not a bad place to start and get started, and doing what we do, we could do it anywhere.
Sure.
Long as we have dedicated people and committed people who wants to work,
Right.
Yeah.
and Vegas has that. So
Sometimes.
I was just
yeah.
at one point they had it better, but
Yeah.
yes, that's a great point. So Obviously, there's a lot of desert you can film in too. That gives you a lot of room to do stuff too, right?
Oh Lord!
So, what is your favorite location to film in? When you film in Vegas, what are the favorite places
It's
you
not
like?
the desert, that's for sure.
No, not the summertime, at
Not the
least.
desert, because before we knew, like, we really underestimated the heat here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we did it was a summer shoot when we first, really, it was like when we first got here. And we filmed out in the desert in like July or something, or August.
I don't know.
And he almost fainted. Like, he had the camera and I seen him, he was like shaking, and it was like a shot where he had to be down and he was shaking. And I was like, are you okay? Like, literally, he almost passed out. I was like, okay. Yeah. So now we try to plan strategically around this weather.
Now, where are you guys originally from again? I know where you are now.
I'm from Newark, born in Newark, but we met in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He was born in Newark, raised in Virginia. We met in Atlanta. I'm born and raised in Detroit.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So coming soon will be another episode of Aaron's Hour when Bobby and I will sit here and just talk about New Jersey for a full hour. Because where he was born in Newark, I was born in Linden, which is about 10 minutes south on Route 1. So we're like from truly the same neck of the woods. One of my international viewers, and Nielsen's out there. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you checking in here. Good to see you out there. I got the world covered. I got the world. I got Hawaii. Well, Hawaii is part of the United States. It's not a country. No, I'm only kidding. All right. So you come here to Vegas, and you're right. Where we all came from originally on that East Coast, no one would believe the dry heat theory. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
So I learned very quickly, because I moved out here also late July, August, 25 years ago. And I went back to Jersey the following June for a family function. And I remember we were in the hotel room. We got showered. We got cleaned up. We opened up the room to the hallway, and whoosh, that humidity, right? Yeah. Out here, folks, let me tell you, summertime, 115 degrees and 20% humidity. I'll take that every day instead of 85% and 9,000% humidity back east.
Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely.
But you're right. There is an adjustment to it if you've never really been in it.
Right.
Yes.
And if you're going to film, make sure you're indoors with good air conditioning.
Right. You got to drink plenty of water.
Yes.
Yeah, we just totally underestimated
that. Which is funny, though, because none of the actors who didn't say anything, they was on the desert with us. Like, why you didn't say anything? We could have just we could have moved somewhere else.
That's right.
Did it
was a great shot, though.
Sure.
Like, once it was all said and done, it looked really good, but not at the cost of my baby.
No. And here's the thing about the drinking water, where people don't realize, even now during this time of year, you still have to drink water all year long, because dehydration can set in, even in this time of year for us. And people don't realize that. So for sure, you definitely have to make adjustments for that. So how many projects have you done here in Vegas since you've been here?
Oh, wow.
Ballpark it.
Maybe 20?
Has it been about 20?
Okay.
It's been quite a few, because when we came, we literally hit the ball rolling. And what we started with first were shorts, so that we can meet people.
Sure.
You know, so we started doing our shorts. We went back to that, and then we met, several actors and stuff that we started working with that we can move over to our features.
Right.
So,
but here's the thing, though, we also left a few times to go back to Mississippi twice to shoot a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since we've been here, then we went to LA to shoot a movie.
So the majority are here, but you've got obviously.
We've been going to different places across the country to film.
Now, do you go to those locations for location shots for a project, or you go to, let's say, Mississippi to do the entire project?
We do the entire project because of the tax break.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. Delaware is good for that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. So and I'm going to throw this question to them as well over in Studio 1A, but I'm going to start with you guys. Being in this industry, you have to have an open mind and be creative all the time. So I'm going to ask you, what is your influences for the stories that you put down that you do? Where do you get? I'm presuming some of them may be real life in a way, or things that you've seen or done. But talk a little bit about how you get your inspiration for your projects.
Well, you go ahead, because I answered last night.
Okay, because you answered last night.
But my audience didn't hear it.
No, basically what we do, we're people watchers.
Okay.
So we love Fremont. So people who are not from Vegas, you got to go to Fremont. You'll see all kinds of different characters. So we would go to the Hennessy Tavern, which is our favorite spot. We go there and we sit on the balcony, whatever, and we just look at people and then come up with concept and ideas why this person is acting the way he or she is doing right now. And we kind of build up a whole backstory. And sometimes it works into a feature film.
Wow. Okay. Something that simple by people watching.
Yeah,
so
people watching. And then, we come up with what ifs, or if we hear anything on the radio or on TV or something like that. And we'd be like, well, what if that happened? But what if this happened? And, it had this turn to it. So we come up
little twist.
with those stories too.
So you have the movies that are factually based, but in your own version.
In our own
version. Gotcha. Peter and Catherine, I'm going to ask you the same question. Where do you guys get your inspiration for projects? Because obviously you have some great stuff out there as well.
My family. back in New Jersey and New York. A lot of my characters are very East Coast. They're really neurotic. They're off the wall. I have some influences of Mel Brooks and Tim Burton. And I really enjoy people that are kind of fragile or imperfect, which we're all, we all have our doubts,
Our
and
quirks and stuff.
our quirks
Sure.
and whatever. And I guess real life, you can't, Renee and Bobby can test this. The real life characters, you cannot, they are the material, they're real. And that's what I like.
Especially on the East Coast. That's why a lot of my material, people I grew up with, it's like, sometimes you don't even believe people are like that, but they are, especially on the East Coast, man. It's like, you want drama, you want comedy.
Yeah.
It's on the East Coast.
Well, and it's funny when Catherine mentioned, taking stories and seeing what you guys see and watch on Fremont Street kind of falls right into that. Right?
Yeah.
But it's funny though, because what popped into my mind just listening and taking real people and their stories, comedians, I think, who do a lot of their routines based on watching people, things that they see is the same way.
Observation,
right?
It's the same thing.
Absolutely.
Observation.
Not me. I just sit here and wing it 3 minutes before showtime.
Who are these people?
No, but anyway, but no, I'm always curious about how people find their inspiration. It's always very different, and that always intrigues me, because I think if you're really trying to have your own inspiration, sometimes listening to how others get theirs, like writer's block. Somebody's typing. I got to imagine you guys probably get that every once in a while, writing a script or something.
We've had it.
We've had it, but it's. I don't think. For us, it's not writer's block. It's the fact that we're not really feeling this
We're
story.
not focused.
Gotcha.
We're not
particular
feeling-
story.
Yeah.
So you're not finding it inspiring,
Right,
for yourself.
inspiring enough to write it. So then we just come up with another concept idea, and then we put this one to the table until we figure out, we want to do it because we have like pretty much like 100 uncompleted scripts.
I was just going to ask you. I was just going to ask you how many are started, kind of waiting.
Yeah, they're just waiting in the wings until we come back to it later. Like we might shoot a short, make a short out of it, then come back later, make it into a feature later, or something like that. So.
Let's see, who's that in there? Is that Ruben? RJ Johnson says, hi there, fam. Can you bring up James's message there? Yes, you just click it on. This is from James also. I know that the theater scene is all for free or very little pay. Being an equity member, it's limiting. Some with being SAG or AFTA, or some with being SAG or AFTA, very few local union principal roles ever audition here.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right, because you have to go to LA to get that.
Yeah.
Even in, they're trying to make it where Atlanta is, which is where, where we came from, is Hollywood of the South is not. Because, and the reason being is because they still fly their principal roles, actors from LA to Atlanta.
We have a friend who's been in Atlanta for 10 years. She left Atlanta to come to LA, get her an agent. And now they're flying her back every season to be a lead on the Tyler Perry project.
Wow.
Into her 5th season. But she was there for 10 years.
Wow.
Tyler Perry Studios right down the street from where she used to live at. But so I think this, Vegas is a great place to live.
And you're closer.
You're closer to LA. But it all depends on where your agent is from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can have all the union cards and everything that you can say after all that cards you want. But if your agent is not sending you on the particular project to get those jobs, then no, Vegas is not a place for you to get those kind of work because they're just not here.
Yeah, you have to have an agent in those areas that have the relationship.
Right.
Time for me to throw some curveballs out at you.
Okay.
These guys back there in Studio 1A have experienced these before. So I'm not going to ask them these questions because they've studied them in the past. Who is your favorite actor of all time that you like to watch?
Favorite actor I like to watch.
Like you're in a movie. I got to go watch it because, Aaron Phillips is in it. That's a cheap plug, by the way.
Me personally, because I'm not an actor, so I would say Renee.
You're going to say Renee.
Yeah, because she does. I like watching you.
Okay, that's fair.
I like to watch you perform.
There you go. We're talking about on screen.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. All right, let's be careful here.
That's why I cut my eyes over him, y'all.
James says, I'm collecting my SAG and AFTA AEA pensions, so he's semi-retired.
Oh, okay.
No, congrats to you, James. Congratulations.
Okay, same question to you. Who's your favorite actor?
I love Viola Davis. And the reason being is because she is she's a method actor.
Okay.
And like and also I love Angela Bassett, but with those two, like you can really feel what they're conveying. And to me, like if to meet either one of them, I mean, I'm not a fangirl like but that would definitely make
And
my
who do
whole
you share
year.
a birthday with?
Oh God, what is?
Shanta.
Yeah, Shanta Rhimes.
That's a great one to
Don't
share a
put me on
birthday
the
with.
spot.
That's
Yes,
for sure.
I do. I share a birthday with her,
Absolutely.
and I love her as well as a producer. She's amazing.
Right on. Favorite all-time movie, so that when it comes on the air somewhere, you grab your favorite popcorn or snack with your favorite adult beverage. You grab your significant other. You turn off your phones. You don't want to be bothered for anything when said movie comes on. And what movie is that?
For me, it would be all of the Star Wars movies.
Aha.
Yes, I would sit there and watch Star Wars all day. None of my family would watch it with me. And it sucked because I got Disney Plus. I could just sit there and watch it all I want. But, if it comes on television and I'm happy to catch it, I would sit there and watch it.
All right.
Now,
I'll be right over.
Thank you.
We'll have a Star Wars party.
There you go.
yeah.
Thanks.
Oh,
you know
my
what? Those are my family right
There
now.
you go.
I'm busy that day.
That's
But let me
Want to
make
go shop?
sure.
Wait, my car's running. What is
Right.
that?
For me, it's the movie Sparkle.
Okay.
And it's the
The early version.
Yeah, the early version of Sparkle. That is my favorite movie of all time.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite genre of music?
Oh, R&B, hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Same thing.
Mhm.
Okay. What song is it that when it pops on your radio, you're driving around town, you're at a red light or not,
man.
you're bebopping, you don't care what anybody sees you doing in the car, you must be singing to what song?
Is it a song or artist?
It's probably big.
My preference would be a song, but I'll take artist.
Okay,
because a song you kind of feel it. If it's an artist, but
yeah, if it's anything about Biggie Smalls,
Okay.
I'm there. I
Okay.
mean, if I'm at a bar anywhere, I would get up and start dancing. So it's just me.
Yeah, that's his favorite artist. For me, that I'm just gonna sing to the top of my lungs is probably gonna be Jill Scott, one of her songs.
Okay.
Erykah Badu, one of her songs. Lauryn Hill. I'm like
all,
that.
all the neo soul artists.
Yeah, the neo
Gotcha.
soul. That's me. So
Okay.
if that come on, I'm just singing my little heart out. Now, if it's a dance song, me and him, we'll have a concert any day, any moment in the car. We'll be putting on a concert. So
Excellent. So let's talk about putting on your director producing hats. Okay.
Mhm.
You have the film, it's written, it's done. Now you're starting to look for casting.
Mhm.
Okay. What do you look for? How do you find the casting, the process? And how do you know when you've landed the right person for a role you have up here
Mhm.
before you say, okay, we're going to go with you to fill this role? How do you do it? What's the process
That's
for
a
that?
hard question.
Well, for me, we just did an in-person audition. We haven't had done an in-person audition since 2017.
Okay.
So well before the pandemic, but then after the pandemic, it kind of just
Of
phased out.
course.
And so we're during the pandemic, I should say. So we just had our first in-person audition here
Okay.
in Las Vegas, and we had quite a few people come out. People flew out from Texas,
Wow.
and they came from LA,
Okay.
and we had some really good talent. And for me, it's really the chemistry. What I like to look at is not only the chemistry that you have with us,
Mhm.
but as well as who your scene partner would
Sure,
be. We
sure.
want to make sure that comes across naturally.
Okay.
And with this particular film that we just got finished doing, Deadly Bonds, I'll talk about these two people that we had in mind for this one character, and it was so hard for me to make that choice. But I had to pull the card, and the reason being is because one girl, and this is something a pointer for you guys too, she brought a different swag to it. She put her New York accent on that particular character, and it worked.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's that is what actually, made me say, okay,
Put her over the top. For
right,
the
put
choice.
her over the
Sure.
top for the choice. So it's different factors that's actually involved.
And also
Gotcha.
too, we also gender swap too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we was considering a male. It was a male part, but a female came in and she was amazing. And we just said, you know what, just read for this.
Right.
Yeah.
And she did so well.
You switch the character.
Well, we didn't cast her for that particular role.
Okay.
But we cast her for the one we about to film in 2 weeks.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
So
there you go.
we was like, you know what? We're gonna just keep you for something else, and
Gotcha.
which is a bigger part because the part that she would have did for the male role, it was a small part.
Right.
But this one we're doing now is a bigger part.
Gotcha.
All because that she took the chance and was able to go to to make it
To be ready for the next one.
right.
Mhm.
Well, if you ever have a part for a 58-year-old Jewish guy who can work on a microphone, let me know. John,
Yes.
our screen over here has gone dark just so that you're aware of it.
Slap it.
I can't
Okay.
reach it. Can I slap you instead?
That's just for your convenience.
So thank you. Well, it's working. Catherine, let me turn to you on that same question, because obviously with your projects as well, you obviously have to cast people into certain projects in the series and stuff that you do. What's your philosophy for filling roles?
I kind of agree with Renee. Chemistry. Some people have just this enormous chemistry with someone else that you can't deny, and it just adds. I think when you're a writer, you're so close to it that when an actor comes in and they bring their own choices, it kind of that chemistry really has to be there. And so an actor has to come in prepared. They have to be on time. That's like,
And also very important, they have to come in and they have to be workable.
yes.
Because I've had
Yes.
actors come in with an attitude. I was like,
Yes.
man, you ain't getting this role.
You know, any actor out there, think of it as a job
Let's be
interview.
respectful.
It's a job interview. Many times directors, and I think Bobby and Renee can contend to this, when we see you read and then afterwards we start talking to you like, hi, and we start making a conversation with you. We are judging you in a sense that is this type of person going to be easy to work with? Or are they going to give us a problem? Because if we're considering you, we're also considering you as personally, as how well you can work with other people and if you can follow direction, which is like number one.
Yeah, because you got to build that team.
Yeah, well,
it's also team building as well as the actual role.
Yeah, well, we say this, make it simple, is that if we can't hang with you outside of the camera, then this probably won't work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
We want to make sure we shoot. We done rap. Can we go to the bar and hang out?
Exactly.
If we can't do that, then
Can we break bread together?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our second break of the show. I hope John fixes the box, although it is not affecting anything that you folks are seeing. It's just our internal monitor here, so we don't really know what we look like going out to you, which is okay because maybe we don't want to know. Anyway, with that, we look great. Is my hair in place? That's all I want to know. With that, you're watching Aaron's Hour with some great guests today. The Peoples, Papa Giorgio, and Natalie. I know. I was trying to make up something together, but I couldn't do it. Anyway, I'll figure it out sooner or later. We'll be right back. I was trying to. I don't know.
Hi, I'm George Miklos.
Hi, I'm Rick Upchurch.
Hi, I'm Aaron Phillips, and we are
The Round Table. Check us out.
Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific Time Live.
On Facebook page as well as WWDBTV. We're back. Hi there. All right, we're back. So we have about, 15 minutes left. And I'm glad you gave the tip that you did, because I want our audience, because I'm sure there's aspiring people out there. First of all, to you, I want to say thank you, because rarely do I actually have a guest that spends as much time sharing my promo posts that they're coming on my show. And dude, I was getting notifications. And thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. So really, part of the conversation, folks, with all of my guests is really for anybody out there who's aspiring to either get into the entertainment industry, or you already are an actor and you want an insight as to what these folks look for to be in any of their projects. I'm so glad that they're sharing some of that insight as to what these folks look for to be part of their projects down the line. This entire hour has been nothing more than an audition for me, if you really want to know the truth. No, I'm only kidding. Gotta love John's super quick countdowns. Yes, Thomas, you know them very well. There's no reason for a clock in the studio other than to say when it's time to leave and go on. Anyway, all right, a couple other goofy questions. Then I want to get into contact information, things upcoming that you may be looking for, whatever you guys want to put out there. I want to get into that as well. So here's goofy question number one. If a movie were made about you and your lives, who would you like to see star as you in those roles? And I'm going to come to you for that as well.
Oh, wow. Somebody stars me.
See, that's why I asked the tough questions.
Yeah,
folks.
that is a tough question. But
I get paid the low bucks, right?
But I'm going to go out there and say, because, we got the same body type. We, The Rock.
The Rock.
Yep. We're the same body type. So,
you have the tattoos?
Hey, it doesn't matter. In my mind, I think my body looks like The Rock.
In your mind.
That's
fair.
Y'all look alike and stuff, everything.
That's right.
We got the bald head.
In my mind, there was a time I thought John Goodman would be my replacement when I was fat and heavy, but now I don't know. I was 354 pounds. You guys didn't know me when I was.
No, but I remember you telling me that.
wow.
That's right. So, all right. So, and for you, same question. Who would you like to see play you?
It would be my girl, Courtney Nicole. That's the one we were talking about. She's the lead right now on Tyler Perry Assisted Living.
Okay.
And we favor so much our characteristics, our mannerisms, everything. So I would go out and I would say her.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it over to Studio 1A to get Catherine and Peter's input on that. Who would you like to see play you in the future movies about your lives?
For me, it would be Scott Kahn.
Oh,
You know what?
I can see that.
I can see that.
I can see that.
Just give me
Looks
a
like
Book
me.
'em Dano.
Oh, I
Let me hear
look
it.
like him.
Give me it.
Book him, Dano.
There you go.
okay.
You watch his new show, by the way, about the missing people?
Missing abducted.
Alert, I think is what it is.
Okay, yeah.
Missing
Yeah, I
people.
The missing peoples.
Hey, that's multiple points there. But I can see Scott Kahn doing you in the future. Catherine, how about you? Who would be the person you want to play you?
I don't know per se because I'm the original, but I would say Melissa McCarthy.
I can
Wow.
see that.
I like
can
her.
Also
definitely see
another
that.
Only
Yeah.
for the fact that
Yeah.
I'm kind of have that round face and she's kind of quirky and I am
she's
too.
funny.
So
I
I
like
guess
her.
that's what I would.
That's I like both. I like all your choices. Especially as a wrestling guy, as you can see by my wrestling belt here on the table. I like the Rock comparison. That was pretty good.
And ambitious.
Well, listen, if you can't reach for the stars, as they say. All right. So I got two more crazy questions for you. Then we'll get into some of your contact information. And if you need help with the answer in this question, I can give it to you.
Okay.
I know you are a Star Wars guy, so I have to kind of put that off to the side.
All right.
Okay. And I'll tell you what, let me give you the hint now. I'll just do it this way.
Okay.
Who is your favorite superhero? Batman or Superman?
Well, since my arm was twisted behind my back, I'm gonna say Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, folks. They got it right. We'll have them back again in the future. No, seriously, who would be Batman or Superman? Seriously. I only purposely give those two choices.
Well, for one, Batman is really not a superhero. He's just a man with money.
Okay.
And
I hate that
Superman,
argument.
but he doesn't have any superpowers.
But he still gets the job done.
He gets the job done, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a superpower. So I'm gonna say Superman
That's fine.
because he's a superhero.
Okay.
But I will go with Batman because he's a Superman.
I would say Batman too because Batman has the money. He got the mindset. So he can get things done.
He's got the toys.
Right.
Yeah,
the
I
toys,
mean,
so.
Like Jack Nicholson said,
here's
where
the
does
thing.
he
But
get those toys?
here's the thing, though. Like, he didn't build the Batcave by himself, so no one in construction knew who Bruce Wayne is. I'm just trying to figure that out.
Could you imagine him and Alfred? The
I'm
two of
just-
them were the only ones that built the back.
Yeah, I'm like, so like no construction people like, why are we building this cave? Like, who
Well,
built
he's
the
got
plan?
the bat gas. You forget where you are.
Right,
Come on.
so-
Guys, I'm going to come over to you. Favorite superhero?
Well, they're going to be doing a superhero called Ant-Man soon. They're producing that soon.
Don't they already
No,
have?
yeah,
they
we
already
saw
have
yesterday.
Batman.
Yeah, we
Well,
saw-
they're doing Ant-Man 2 then.
no,
Three.
three
Three?
just came out yesterday.
Oh, well,
Tres.
I'm
So you
behind.
see, you wish
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, the Wasp. Ew.
But that's
All
okay
right.
because your
Well,
wish has
all
been
right.
granted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's already out.
Hot.
So we have Ant-Man.
All right.
We have Superman and Batman, of course. And Peter, how about you?
I'm going to say Superman because
I used to love you, Peter.
I don't have to wear I don't have to wear all these things on me. Batman's like he's weighted down. You know, he's got the cape, he's got all these things on him.
Where does he put the Batman bulletproof shield? That's what I want to know.
I mean, but you got to think about Superman flying around with his
Superman's a lot
underwear
easier,
on the
you know?
outside of his pants. So there you go.
Well, by today's fashion, though, wearing underwear on the outside seems to be the new thing in a lot of places.
You have to have confidence for that.
That's very true. Very
That's how
true.
they do it on Krypton.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to get to the last serious question, then we'll get to the contact stuff because that's the last thing I want people to know. And this will be for all four of you. When the day comes that you are standing at the gates of heaven and the maitre d' is standing there waiting to welcome you in, what message would you like to hear from the maitre d' before you walk through those gates? Bobby, I'll start with you.
Are you sure you're supposed to be here?
Okay.
You want them to ask, are you sure?
Yeah.
No, we want them to be
No,
sure.
I want them to ask me, am I sure? So I can say, yes, I am.
That's right. Well, as Kurt Angle used to say in wrestling, it's true It's damn true. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Boom.
There you go. Renee, how about you?
I want them to quote what it said that they're going to quote. Well done, my good and faithful servant. And then just let me through the gate. That's all I want.
There you go. Very simple on the way in. Absolutely. Peter, how about you, sir?
A bottle of red or a bottle of white?
Yeah.
What, Billy Joel's the later D? When did Billy Joel get the job? Did I miss something there? All right, Catherine.
You
how about
picked up on that.
Yes.
It's a little hot in here.
Wow.
But wait a minute, you're not being buried in the desert, are you? Oh, that's
No,
funny.
another dimension.
The elevator went down by accident, I think is what she's saying there. But listen, you know what? It's just a great little question because here's the bottom line. I believe the right people make the right impact in the world. Okay. And the way that basically what you did was it's like, what do you want to have on your tombstone? A lot of people have those great messages, you know, and I think it's a great insight as to where people get to see when they answer that question, what good they really did in their life when they go to those gates. What is it, the message that they want to hear?
Yeah.
I've had answers like job well done. I've had answers like Catherine. Listen, if you guys know who Frankie Citro is, I know you guys do. Yeah. Right. You, Frank, you know who Frank Citro is?
Yeah.
Really one of the last remaining OGs, like from the mafia days.
The good fella.
The good fella. He is still listed in the state of Nevada's Black Book, where you can't go in. Number 37, he's still in there. So one time I asked him this question on a previous show I did. He looked at us and he simply said, "Go back. There's more banks to take over." I'm not going to argue with him when he says something like that.
Hey, go back.
So it's just a fun question to kind of have for people to really kind of see where they see themselves in life, you know, and that's why I like asking that question. It's really the only serious question I kind of really ask during my time with people. So people, did I hit 20 yet, by the way?
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, so in all seriousness, let's talk about how people can find you, websites, casting information. Let's give them the whole boat of where people can.
Okay, we'll make it easy. Our website, TPN, the number one, that's TPN, Tom, Pat, Nancy, and the number one.com. You'll find all of our information there. We have a newsletter that posts all of our casting, all of our workshops and classes. My wife, she teaches an acting class virtually, and she also teaches a screenwriting class. All the information is on the website. We send out no more than 3 emails a month. Because we don't want to spam nobody's email, but it's all regarding to what we have coming up as far as casting and music submissions, or just, hey, a new movie is about to be released on a platform, something like that. So that's how we do all of our information.
Okay, very good. And of course, you're on Facebook.
Yeah, and I'm on Facebook. I do have Twitter and I do have Instagram, but I do not actively use those because Facebook is a lot easier for me.
Right.
So you can just find me on Facebook at Bobby M. Peoples.
And on the sites, they get information about the acting classes and stuff as well?
Yes, they can get all the information that they need. And you can find me as well on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter as Renee Warren Peoples. I'm also a wedding officiant and a notary here in Las Vegas.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
If anybody need my services, just let me know.
So if you need celebrity officiant.
There you go. Exactly.
let
I
me
like
know.
that. Did you do any weddings for Valentine's Day?
I did.
How many did you do?
Well, it was
did
right
before.
before Valentine's
Okay,
Day.
but it was
but
so
it
how
was
many
in
did
that-
you?
I just did that one.
Because I'm always
Just that
intrigued.
one.
We know Valentine's Day is like the number one destination.
is.
And I know usually the marriage license offices will put numbers out for how many people. So I'm waiting for those numbers.
Oh,
'cause
I'm
it's
sure
huge.
it's a lot.
yeah.
They had a thing set up at the airport
Right.
actually. Hopefully next year I'll be able to put more like marketing material out there. But a lot of people come here to go to the wedding chapel.
Sure,
So I'm not
for that
affiliated with the
experience.
wedding chapel just yet, but I am going
Well,
to.
I know a great show that would be happy to sponsor and have you advertise what you're doing. Next. I mean, come on
Absolutely.
now.
I wonder what's the name of that show?
Yes. I
Aaron
sure
Zauer
will.
with what's his name?
Oh.
Anyway, give us some contact information. What do you have, guys, going on as well? If there's anything you want to share, at least contact information.
I can't share right now. I've got 5 projects I'm doing. I'm writing, I'm helping produce and so forth. People can reach me at Catherine, actually Max Pedals Productions at gmail.com, or you can reach me at Instagram at Catherine Natale, Natale. We also have a podcast. Go.
Yes, actually, we have 2 podcasts. Catherine and I have one podcast called
Creative Process.
Creative Process. Yeah.
Oh,
The
that's
Creative
Creative
Process.
Process.
So creative, you can't remember.
We had to take a break, but we're going to bring it to season 2 coming up in a couple of weeks.
Which I was a guest on, by the way.
That's right. He was a guest on it
Which
too.
is a lot of fun.
And also, I have a podcast that I'm producing called Mob Tales, and it's with a friend of mine back in New York, Nick Christophers. He's a writer, a journalist, and all that. And basically, he interviews people, who have mob. He talks about his mob stories that he knows about, and also he interviews people in show business and also who have been in the life.
Gotcha.
Just go to YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Very good. All right. So listen, we got some great people in this town that do a lot of great stuff, and they love teaching it too. I do also. I now host and broadcast 5 different shows. I also produce shows. The 7th one will be starting here on WWDBTV April 7th, called The Deadbeat Chronicles. I won't tell you much more than that, but you can figure it out based on the title. Yeah. Sorry, John, we got a new show coming. Plus, I also have podcast trainings. I have a 3-half-day course program. If you are interested in doing shows like this or whatever, I can train you and do that as well. 17 plus years behind a microphone, broadcasting sports and everything. Wherever there's a microphone, there's my voice. And of course, as always, I want to share my information. There's nothing wrong with that. So as my book says, I'm also an author. Eventually, I'll get my teeth working with my mouth. Let my voice speak to you. It tracks everything that I've done when I got healthy from 354 pounds down to 215 and am healthy. And I also share little tidbits in there about how to do what we do behind a microphone. So check us out. You can find me, of course, website aaronshour.vegas. I have some swag up there as well. Plus contact information for all of these guys. You can email me if you miss anything that these guys talked about. I'll be happy to make a connection for you. If you want to revisit the show, because there's a lot of great information that went out, check it out on Roku. You can download the WWDB-TV network or watch it right here on Facebook again, or the WWDB-TV YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch any of the shows here on the network as well. Guys and gals and peoples, had a great time. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Listen, an hour I know doesn't scratch the surface on all that we can really get into, but thank you for spending time with us today, your knowledge and how to get involved. And I think that's great for anybody that's watching. You guys back there in Studio 1A, as always, it's a pleasure to see you and chat with you. And we got to go do dinner again. Whose birthday did we say is next? Who was March? Somebody was March?
I'm March.
All right, we got to make plans. Well, when is your birthday?
March 11th. That's like in 3 weeks.
Yeah, but we got to do it because my wife and I for spring break are going on a cruise over spring break in the middle of March. So we better do it before we go out of town. So anyway, thank you for watching. Next week, I will be live at Sam's Town doing Aaron's Hour as part of the Power Play Sports Collectibles card show and Impact Wrestling being in town. Really, the only guest I know of right now officially, that will be Santino Marella. He is the director of authority for Impact Wrestling, one of the greatest wrestling characters out there. And we're going to talk to folks that will be milling around the card show. So if you guys are in and around there, it's only a $5 admission. John will even be there because I need somebody to do the camera work for us. So
next weekend?
That is next weekend. Friday night, they have a pay-per-view. Saturday, Sunday TV tapings, but the card show will be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. both Saturday and Sunday. So Thoughts Can Anywhere will be there live. Aaron's Hour will be there live at midnight. Yeah, no, thank you. Noontime.
Wow.
I'm having, listen, folks, jet lag and being pissed off by Spirit Airlines. This is what you get for it, okay? Anyway, so come on down if you get a chance. With that, as always, thank you again for coming in, guys. A lot of fun. I want to talk to you afterwards, so don't rush out of here. Guys, as always, I know you guys are on a time clock, but we must take pictures in the back. Otherwise, John doesn't let anybody out of the studio.
Oh, man.
As always, thank you for watching. Be kind to everybody. Why is that? We're all we have, so be kind to them. We'll see you next time right here on Aaron's Hour. Thank you for watching.
Bye.